The hills are alive. This famous quote is from my favorite movie, The Sound of Music. This movie takes place in the beautiful country of Austria right before World War II. It centers around Captain von Trapp and his 7 children. Captain von Trapp was an officer in the Austrian Navy. I was recently cast in the play and got interested in the Anschluss and in World War II. Through my research, I found out that Austria played a big role in both World Wars. Austria is a country in Europe. It is sandwiched in between Germany and Italy, and most Austrians speak German. Over 60% of Austria is mountainous. Vienna is its capital. Lots of famous people are from Austria: Beethoven, Mozart, and even Arnold Schwarzenegger. Every time I mention Austria, my dad reminds me that KTM dirt bikes are made there. He loves motorcycles. But the most surprising thing I found out was that Adolf Hitler was from Austria. Austria is an empire ruled by the Habsburg family for nearly 400 years. Now that's a long time. It was actually a Habsburg that started World War I. Franz Ferdinand was the Archduke of Austria. He was the emperor's nephew and heir to the throne. While on a trip to Bosnia, he and his wife Sophie were murdered. Their deaths caused the beginning of World War I. During this First World War, Austria fought alongside Germany. On November 3, 1918, the war ended, and a little over a week later, the last Habsburg emperor was overthrown. Austria became a republic for the first time. Which brings us back to the movie. The Sound of Music was set in the late 1930s, between the two wars. In 1933, Hitler gained power in Germany and began creating the Third Reich and looked for other countries to help him build his empire. Austria was right next door. Under pressure from Hitler, the Austrian chancellor stepped down. The very next day, Hitler marched German troops into Austria and declared an Anschluss, or union, between the two. Unlike Captain von Trapp, though, most Austrians seemed in favor of the Anschluss. The war began in 1939 and waged for 6 long years. At the end of World War II, Austria was separated from Germany. The war was devastating, but Austria survived. So did the von Trapps. They escaped by foot by climbing the Alps into Switzerland. Too bad they didn't have KTMs back then. Dankeschön, which means